Let me start with the obvious, because again, I build AI for a living, and every single day I'm seeing more and more people just use AI in the wrong places. For example, we recently worked with a biotech company doing antibody discovery, and they needed software that could read the actual microscopy images that they needed for their research. And it needed to be able to pick the exact same thing that their researchers were currently doing manually. And so they tried a third-party solution first. They went outside, they got a vendor, and they tried buying an external tool, but it missed the accuracy bars that they actually needed it to meet. And so their own team tried to build it themselves, but after 5 months and $600,000 of spending, they were still unable to get it into production within the business. And so we came in and we built it. We actually met the accuracy bar, and it was running in under 6 weeks, and they were able to put the thing into production. And as a result, they were able to, one, not have to pay $200,000 a year for a third-party tool that wasn't even solving their problem. They could stop spending internal resources, stop burning money every single month and their team's time on something that wasn't going to work because they didn't have the internal specialists to do it. And more importantly, they were able to put the software into production, which meant that they were able to deploy it across their entire partner list of pharmaceutical companies. And it was like 100 of them, and they stood to make like $60 million from it. Now, the only thing this case proves is that the software that they rented, the build their own team tried to go after, and the one that we ended up building that actually worked, all had the same tools available to them from the start. It was all on the open market, and all three were attempts at essentially the same job. And so the tools themselves can't be what separates each attempt. And so what actually did? Because what separated them was knowing the work well enough to build the right thing for that one job and being able to build it to a standard that everyone had agreed to from the beginning. And that's why one belief in particular is so expensive, because written down in the memo that you send to your board, it sounds reasonable. It sounds like we have to be an AI business now, or we're the ones who are going to get left behind. But AI is just a tool, and tools alone don't grow the business, and it won't grow your business unless it's pointed at the right thing, the right problems. It's like how you don't have to be an internet first business just because you use the internet in part of your business, just because you have a website. Like, you don't have to be a software business just because you use software internally. Those are just one of the tools that you use to deploy your business. And so similarly, like, you don't have to be an AI business just because you use AI in your own company. For most businesses, selling AI is like a carpenter selling hammers. And unless your entire business is literally making those tools and selling them, selling a hammer, it won't make that carpenter that much more money. But you're that carpenter here. Like, most businesses are acting like that carpenter, and they think that they have to become this AI first business and sell their solutions via AI. But your customers don't hire you. They don't hire the business with the newest hammer. They hire the business who knows how to actually solve their problems, and that's what they're paying you for. Like, I genuinely think that most businesses fail because they are distracted and undisciplined, because the larger you get, the more and more expensive a mistake and just wasted time is going to cost you. Right? So most people fail because they just bounce between different tools. They bounce between different AI tools. Like, in your business, that can be the new software every single quarter, the pilot that never got killed, the never-ending just list of just renewals and licenses that no one actually uses. Like, somebody can come back from a demo and be like, oh, this is the one. This one does everything. Cool. What does it actually do? What problem does it solve for us? And is it even worth solving that problem right now? Is it the actual bottleneck of the business? Is solving this problem actually going to result in us making more money, whether it's more revenue or higher margins? That's it. And so always work backwards from the problem that you should be solving, the thing that you should look at and say, what do I actually need to solve this? And then you pick the tool based on what you actually need, whether you need to build the AI, you need to buy it, or it's not even AI, it's something else entirely. Owning the toolkit was never the goal. Like, knowing where to actually point it effectively, that's how you win. And real quick, before you go, if you run a business in a regulated industry, you're doing $3 million a year or more, and you're tired of feeling like all the time, energy, and resources you're putting into your business just isn't giving you the growth that you want, I'd like to give you a free gift, because every business is held back by one real constraint, one single bottleneck, and yours is no different. There is one thing that's bottlenecking you from hitting your goals, and although it might feel like 100 different problems, whether it's the leads, the margins, the work while writing on a few people you feel like you can't replace, but underneath it all, it's usually just one bottleneck, and unfortunately, it's almost never the one that you'd guess. And so here's my gift. We'll find your number one constraint and tell you what's the best way to fix it, whether it's AI or something else entirely, all for free. See, over the last 7 years, my team and I have spent more than 17,000 hours putting AI to work across more than 15 regulated industries, places where a single mistake can cost millions or worse. And in the process, we've delivered over $60 million in measurable value across lower costs, better margins, more revenue, and especially higher enterprise value. Oh, and if you're wondering why it's free, well, it's the best way for us to understand your business and to tell whether your constraint is even best solved with AI. It's no pitch, no pressure. Worst case scenario is you spend about an hour with us, we do all the work, and come back and tell you that your constraint just isn't best solved with AI, and you still
walk away knowing the one thing holding you back and the best options to fix it. Just go to alreadybuilt.ai/strategy or click the link in the description, put in your business information, and we will pinpoint the one function of the business most likely hiding your constraint, hop on a short call with the person responsible for that function, and in 2 days or less, we'll hand you the one thing holding you back named in a single sentence and the best way to fix it, all for free.